delicious. Absolutely delicious. Never eat a noodle when you have to sneeze.
Help! Don't try this at home. Do not try this at home.
Welcome to Eaties. Today we'll be making Lemon Dijon Quinoa Crunch. It's a delicious and healthy recipe. It can be served as a main dish or a side dish. It's tart and it's crunchy, just like your adorable hostess. You know, as a side note, I had a Ouija board tell me once that I was going to marry a man named Quinoa. So if your name's Quinoa, call me. So this is healthy for diabetics. You know, a lot of people think quinoa's a grain, but it's actually a seed. It's very high in protein and it's a complete protein. Lots of wonderful amino acid profiling there. And it's also rich in vitamins and minerals. It's high in fiber. It's really good for you. So let's get started. We start here with 3 cups of cooked quinoa. Now quinoa is very easy to cook. To make 3 cups of cooked quinoa, I put 1 cup of uncooked quinoa in a saucepan with 2 cups of liquid. I used vegetable broth, but you could use any kind of broth or water. You put a lid on it and you bring it to a boil. After it comes to a boil, you let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, then it's finished. Very easy. Kind of like rice, except it's pronounced quinoa, which is a beautiful name. I was thinking of naming my first child Quinoa, but I decided I would name him Appetite. Okay, so we've got our 3 cups of cooked quinoa. Then we're going to add 2 medium chopped carrots. You can cook the carrots a little bit if you don't want them raw, but I like it very crunchy, so I add them raw. Then you've got 1 medium cucumber chopped. Then you've got 3 green onions chopped as well. And finally, to add the last bit of crunch, we add half a cup of toasted almonds. Now, you could also substitute macadamia nuts, toasted macadamia nuts, if you don't want to use almonds, but that's a very rich choice in terms of flavor and monetary wise. So you've got all your ingredients in the bowl, like my ex-boyfriend Bob Marley always says, you stir it up. Okay, you stir it up nice and good. Oh, it's so colourful. I'll show it to you in a minute. Hold your horses. Okay, so at this point, we've got to make the dressing. Now, the dressing is very simple. I've got my salad shaker. I've got 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh basil in there. Okay, I'm going to add a quarter cup fresh squeezed lemon juice. Now we're going to do a quarter cup of Dijon mustard. And in this teaspoon measure, I've also got 2 cloves of crushed garlic. So a quarter cup of Dijon mustard and 2 cloves crushed garlic. All right. Then we add half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. That's the extra virgin kind, not the slutty kind, right? Because we don't abide by that in our kitchen. We don't want our oils propagating when we're asleep at night, doing all that kind of nasty thing. Okay, then we've got to add our flavorings. We just add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon fresh ground pepper. Great. So I'm using a salad shaker. You could use a cocktail shaker if that's how you roll. Okay, and you shake it up really hard like it's a Moroccan. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Here we go. And then obviously, okay, our next step is to add the dressing to the quinoa. So pop it open. There we go. And we just pour the dressing on there. There we go. Comes out nice and fresh. Now remember, this is going to be tart and delicious. I like to add probably about 3/4 of the dressing and stir it up and see, you know, how moist it is. It depends on your taste if you want to use all the dressing or just most of the dressing. Looks like I should use all of it. Why not? You only live one time. unless you live more than one time, in which case this is the life you're living at the moment, isn't it? That's something that we can agree on. I don't even know you, and already we've come to a major agreement. Remember, if your name's Quinoa, call me. Okay, smelling delicious, looking delicious, going to be nice and crunchy. I'll just spoon out a big heaping serving of it, show you what it looks like. Come up close to the camera. And it doesn't even need a garnish of any kind because it's so colourful. It's got the greens and the oranges, browns and the almonds. Let's come here and do the close-up. Doesn't that look just absolutely delicious? And there you have it, people. Lemon Dijon Quinoa Crunch. Well, thanks again for tuning in to Eaties. Serve it to somebody who's hungry or nice or polite. Don't serve it to rude people. They don't deserve it. Anyway, bon appetit, tight, toot, ta.